Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, broadcasting on Channels Television, live from Lagos. A reminder of our main news. President Jonathan warns against attempts by desperate politicians to grab power. APC presidential candidate seeks the support of Igbo leaders in the north to rescue Nigeria from economic collapse. Fuel queues return to petrol stations in the nation's capital. DSS says it's due to fear of electoral violence. And Tunisian president urges his country's citizens to unite and fight terrorism. Well, all our top stories can be found on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. And we urge you to please interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android, iOS, and Windows 8 platforms. If you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions. And speaking of pictures, have a look at these. All the way from Ireland is this set of pictures which captures one of nature's intriguing moments. Our Eyewitness reporter says this beautiful sight of a solar eclipse is what they saw this morning in North Wexford and thought to share the view. The next picture comes from Togo, showing a rack of footwear. Our Eyewitness, a Nigerian based in Lome, expresses his desire for our local industries to be more vibrant, saying if more of these can be produced in Nigeria, he will gladly return home. And talking about home, we have this picture of Nigerians waiting to be interviewed. According to our Eyewitness reporter, about 600 candidates gathered for an oral interview for a civil service job in Delta State. Our Eyewitness reporter says he doubts the credibility of the process because of the manner in which some applicants were treated compared to others, suggesting a case of nepotism. And finally, from Lagos, this is a picture of people trying to collect their PVCs at the INEC office in Pedro Road, Bariga. With 7 days to the general elections, our Eyewitness reporter says the final struggle and wait is worth the effort. Thank you for sending in your pictures and videos from home and abroad. Please do take advantage of our Eyewitness platform and share your stories wherever you happen to be. The electoral empire seems to be ready for the 2015 general elections, but some Nigerians say they won't rest until they see the report of the National Conference effectively implemented. A group of Nigerians, predominantly from Nigeria's southwest region, gathered in Lagos in what may be the last of the series of what they call a post-confab summit, where they spoke about their concerns about the conference recommendations. The convener of the summit and governor of Ondo State, Dr. Olusegun Mimiko, and other speakers asked for prompt implementation of the report and canvassed that the Yorubas should queue behind the president as the man who has their interest at heart.
Distinguished Nigerians by all means gathered here, most of them of the Yoruba extraction of Nigeria's southwest region. Here at the airport hotel in Ikeja, center of Nigeria's commercial city, the issue of the implementation of the national conference is what has brought these people together. It is over 6 months since the conference ended and recommendations submitted for implementation to the president. And so this group have gathered to seek the implementation. This is the fourth in the series of the summit. The convener, Dr. Olusegun Mimiko, takes the first shot at addressing the congregation.
We have committed ourselves to the organization of this post-confab summit due to our conviction that what our dear country Nigeria needs now is a structural transformation as provided for by the resolutions of the 2014 National Conference. We have therefore taken it upon ourselves to ensure that every Southwesterner, and indeed all Nigerians, understand the resolutions of the 2014 National Conference.
And then the chairman of the summit goes next. It tells of the importance of the confab report, and they won't mince words on the reason why the Yoruba people should support President Jonathan in the 2015 election.
The change is the change of the Constitution.
The Federal Executive Council on Wednesday is said to have approved the implementation of the recommendations. A minister in the cabinet gives clarifications.
At the Federal Executive Council yesterday, the President himself personally presented the memo on the National Conference. And it was unanimously approved by the Federal Executive Council.
Other speakers weighed in on the matter and the reason why Nigeria needs the confab implementation at a time as this.
Now, we have had somebody who had the courage and took the bull by the horn and convened the National Conference, something the Yoruba people had aspired for over the years.
Not for Jonathan's sake, but for the interest of the Yorubas.
Crucial moment and the most crucial issue in the life of the nation. How the implementation of the over 600 recommendations will pan out will surely be of significant value to all Nigerians. Seun Okimale, reporting for Channels Television News.
While the Post-confab summit was ongoing in Lagos, another group of Yoruba leaders also gathered in the Oyo State capital, Ibadan, to discuss their concerns about the general elections. They insisted that the polls must hold without further delay on March the 28th and April the 11th.
It is not the first time that the Yoruba leaders will be meeting, but this meeting appears to be an important one as the leaders converge on Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, to discuss the 2015 general elections. Those who conveyed the conference say that another shift in the date for the elections could be a recipe for disaster.
Since in the tradition of our ancestors, they prefer to protect the freedom of their people to choose and not endorse any candidate and on their behalf of they are entitled to the protection of their president, even when he is an Ijaw president of Nigeria.
These eminent sons and daughters of Yoruba land are also using the platform of the conference to express their displeasure over what they call a non-inclusion of Yoruba sons for top appointments at the federal level.
We must collectively resolve whether we want to continue to remain in the current servitude under the current dispensation, or liberate ourselves from the shackles on our feet.
The Shekiri kingdom, the Wari kingdom, joined the Yoruba race to say that what concerns the Yoruba race concerns us, the Shekiri people.
The organizers of this summit are confident that the meeting will provide the needed impetus to galvanize the authorities into considering the demands of the Yorubas, as highlighted in this General Assembly.
Still on politics, over 2,000 members of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, have defected to the People's Democratic Party, PDP, at Agulu, Anyocha local government area of Anambra State. Among the defectors are aggrieved chairmanship and councillorship aspirants whose names were allegedly removed and replaced with those that did not contest the party primaries. They declared their support for the PDP senatorial candidate for Anambra Central Senatorial Zone, Mrs. Uche Ekwunife, who promised to give them quality representation at the National Assembly.
One would mistake this gathering for a rally of members of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, as most of the people are in the party's attire. But it's actually a rally put together by the People's Democratic Party, where over 2,000 members of APGA renounced their party for reasons bordering on alleged betrayal by the leadership of the party. Some of the defecting members include aggrieved chairmanship and councillorship aspirants in the last local government election in the state who claimed their names were allegedly replaced with other names during the party's primaries. The arrival of the PDP senatorial candidate to the arena triggered excitement and dance. Calling out to defecting members to step forward for formal admittance into the PDP, Mrs. Ekwunife speaks of the good works of the president and urges them to vote for him for a second term in office and also cast their votes for her for the Senate.
Therefore, we have no other reason, no other choice than to vote PDP for Goodluck Jonathan. And when you vote for Goodluck Jonathan, you must give him people that he will work with. If you look at the way this country is going, you don't give him president with the right hand and take it away from the left hand. Therefore, when you vote him as the president, you must give him senators that he work with. You must give him House of Reps members that he work with. That is the only way he can stabilize his government. That is the only way he can balance his office. That is the only way he can stand the test of time.
As these people joined the PDP, it is hoped that this action will translate to victory for Mrs. Ekwunife, who has given her assurances of quality representation for Anambra Central.
Well, from politics to petrol, and long queues have returned to petrol stations in the Federal Capital Territory, despite assurances of adequate supply of the product by the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation. Some motorists who said they queued for hours to buy petrol blamed the fresh crisis on marketers, whom they accused of playing politics with the oil sector. The Department of State Service, DSS, says investigations reveal that the current petroleum scarcity in the northern part of the country may have been caused by the fear of post-election violence. DSS spokesperson Marilyn Oga, in a statement, explains that the situation is made worse by the hate campaign by political parties, which has made the National Association of Transport Owners, NATO, nurse fears of post-election violence as witnessed in 2011. Ms. Oga also says that the government recognizes that NATO and other transport unions provide essential services, and as such, adequate security arrangements have been put in place to guarantee the safety of their members. According to Ms. Oga, and I quote, "Consequently, the brigade commanders, police commissioners, and state directors of the DSS have all been directed by the Chief of Army Staff, the IGP, and the Director General of State Services to provide adequate security to NATO members." End of quote. Already, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, says it has more than enough supply, insisting there is no need for panic buying. When the news at 10 returns, equities markets end the week bearish ahead of the general elections. That's on Business News. Please join us again.